This is your daily briefing and you're most welcome to it. Story of the day is Antonio Conte's interview with the Italian Sky Sports. I'm really struggling this week. I've got to tell you, I'm struggling with people who are incapable of exercising critical thought, incapable of thinking in a lateral way, and people who are misusing language. And I don't know if they're up to no good or they're just a bit thick. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm slowly beginning to despair. I'll try not to unravel in front of you. And that goes on to the whole business about the Y word as well, and I'll come to that. So anyway, Valentina Mariani was the Sky Sports Italy journalist who sat down and interviewed the Spurs' current coach. The entire interview will be broadcast on Friday on the eve of the game against Manchester City, which takes place on Saturday tea time. Keen observers of the club's transfer strategy will be infuriated by the observation the gaffer has made. Bentancur and Kulevski are the ideal prospect for Tottenham because Tottenham is looking for young players to develop and not ready to go players. What have we been saying for months and months and months and indeed years? And when we do get a player that's ready to go, it's somebody who slips through the net like Van der Vaart. It's not the common direction of the business. I take a view that players to be developed is all well and good, but the odds of this happening frequently enough can and has caused imbalance at Tottenham. And this is where we put it into simple language for you, that we have a world-class player like Harry Kane or Sonny, for example, failing to get the service that they need because the man passing them the ball, or should be passing them the ball, is a player that only cost Barcelona 8 million just 3 games before Spurs bought him, and that man cannot reliably cross the ball to Kane. And here we have another bombshell moment, make no mistake. And Alistair Gold, mind-boggling interpretation of this. And I have to say, I'm mindful of the moment when Keir Starmer supposedly ravaged but tackled Boris Johnson on one occasion in the House of Commons, and somebody said it, some journalist used the phrase a forensic examination, a cross-examination, and then we had all these fifth-rate people saying, oh yeah, I read so-and-so's review of La Traviata, it was forensic. What are you it just drives me out of my mind. And this is what we have with the Y word. People have been using the word context about that. And of course, Alistair Gold leapt into the discussion telling us that the word may was missing from one paragraph against the transcript he has, and that the transcript which was embargoed, which is now in the public domain, that once you've read that, says that what Conte has said, and then you have to take it in the context of the interview overall. I've read through the text, the transcript of the interview. Context doesn't come into it. You might as well just shout forensic at me for the difference it makes. Absolute waste of my time. I really, and I looked on the poor guy's timeline. All the people go, oh, there's nothing to worry about here. It's just Twitter going bonkers. No. The gaffer has highlighted a problem here which the club has refused to address because it isn't the club's business model. And this is what I've been saying to you, that Daniel Levy doesn't know what he's doing. He is in the wrong business. This is the bombshell moment, as when Pochettino broke 1,000 hearts and told us that he wasn't actually in charge of transfer dealings at the club. And we had all of these people, and I used to get plagued by them on the blog, and I had a massive clear out of time wasters, ne'er-do-wells. They're saying to me, well, you don't understand, right? There's a committee and everybody sits down, they all get a pen. No, absolute junk. Levy makes the final decisions. If Paratici has bought anybody, in inverted commas, it's because Levy allowed him to do so. Nobody influences. The guy, the principal, it's like when people are selling you double glazing. Will your wife be there? Not because she's in charge, but legally they both need to sign the document. At Tottenham, the principal is Daniel Levy. That was a bombshell moment. You can't take it back and you can't say it didn't happen. Poch said it live in a press conference. It's well documented. Have a look on the internet. It's all there. And now we have Conte telling us that we only buy punts. because that's the way this business is set up. Jonathan Veal of Press Association Sport simply reports that those inside the club are surprised at the comments. See what he did there? He told us where it came from and he relayed the information. No spin, no light, no shade, no twist, no, just told us the information. The differences between what was being said in the papers yesterday and what the transcript says today is the differences are so negligible it would only be bickered over by religious scholars. 4 went out and 2 came in. That was the business. The 2 that came in were projects, they weren't finished articles. And some of you are having a difficulty trying to embrace how football works. Let me try this on you and raise your hand if you have any questions at the end. The players that went out, I fully understand Conte didn't want them. They weren't in his plans. They were dead losses. So 4 went and 2 came in. And what he's saying is that technically on paper he's 2 men down, plus the 2 that he got in are prospects. That was the word he used, prospects, not the finished article. Why, just wait, why isn't Antonio Conte allowed to have a full complement of players in his squad? Why should he be 2 men down on paper? Doesn't matter whether Dele Alli was a burnout. Doesn't matter whether Lo Celso wasn't taking things seriously. You can't just disregard information. Those 4 players that went out have not been replaced by number or by ability. He should have 4 decent footballers, but he's got 2 prospects. So he's been shortchanged. So why isn't he allowed to have a full squad like normal football coaches? The Y word debate, I want it to happen. I've had a couple of people get back to me, but they don't look that receptive. I'm wading through an interminable pile of uncritical thinking. And do you know, Jewish Chronicle, there's published articles. I'll put the link in the description here. They're actually peddling the line in some quarters that fathers should tell their daughters not to wear short skirts or low-cut tops, because when they get sexually assaulted, they'll have been asking for it. Unbelievable. So that's the pain that I'm up against. If you have a triple-digit IQ, you will be experiencing the same angst and agony as I am. That's it for today. We have football on the horizon. Manchester City, I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Good luck. Keep it on them.